Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television. A reminder of our major stories. Vice President Oshibajo reiterates federal government's commitment towards adequate electricity supply to Nigerians, says federal government to appoint interim agents. Victims of flood disaster in Nasarawa State count losses as officials begin integrity tests on buildings affected by flood in Benue State. 2 security personnel and a civilian killed by gunmen suspected to be pirates in Bayelsa State. And U.S. bombers fly close to North Korea's east coast in a show of force as Pentagon vows military options to defeat any threats. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website. It's channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You also have the Eyewitness feature with which you can share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. And talking about pictures, here are some you sent into our Eyewitness portal today. First is this picture from Shonga in Edo local government area of Kwara State showing a flooded rice farm. Our Eyewitness reporter is asking the government to fix the drainage system. And still on flood is this picture from Ikenebu in Owerri, the Imo State capital. Our Eyewitness reporter says this is as a result of a heavy rainfall and is calling for urgent assistance from the government as residents have been displaced. Next is this image of a dilapidated police staff quarters in Brass local government area of Bayelsa State. Our Eyewitness reporter says this is not right and wants the authorities to look into it. Our last image shows a patient's relative assuming the role of a nurse in the children's ward at the University College Hospital, Ibadan, Oyo State. Our Eyewitness reporter says this is due to the ongoing strike by the Joint Health Sector Union and is asking the government to do something as soon as possible. We thank you for sending in those pictures and we do encourage you to keep them coming. The federal government is inviting investors in the aviation sector to seize the opportunity of the upcoming ICAO Aviation Conference in Abuja to close deals in a market that promises high returns on investment. The Minister of State for Aviation made this clear at the national anniversary of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in Abuja. Mr. Hadi Sirika, who represented the government of Nigeria at the event, said the Buhari administration is set to reposition the nation's aviation sector.
African Development Bank is coming, IDB is coming, and many other financial institutions are coming, and deals will be closed. And now that we have a lot of projects in aviation, it is an opportunity for us to source funding, which is scarce within the country. You know, we just coming out of recession, so this is an opportunity for us to tap into this and make use of it to finance our projects.
Minister of State for Aviation Hadi Sirika. Internally displaced persons in Nigeria's northeast have continued to get help from the federal government as they gradually return to their homes. Among the many challenges facing them is food shortage. That probably explains why the government is moving truckloads of food items to them. About 40,000 people displaced in 7 local government areas of Adamawa State are the beneficiaries of the recent gesture of the federal government.
Gombe is one of the local governments in Adamawa State sacked by the Boko Haram insurgents. As a result, Adamawa State created 11 camps for internally displaced persons and later collapsed them into 4 with these figures. Malkohi Camp, 1,475. Furori Camp, 1,900. St. Teresa's Camp, 480. Mubi Transit Camp, 8 households. Now, some of the displaced persons have moved into the host communities in order to fend for themselves, but they are not alone. The good side of the story is that they are not forgotten. The National Emergency Management Agency is here at Gombe Local Government Headquarters to distribute food items to over 40,000 displaced persons. But first, they must be enumerated. The NEMA team says the scheme is aimed at eliminating the hardship amongst the internally displaced persons.
The state government together with the federal government met and itemized the places that were most affected. And they have directed us to come to these places. So we've done some. We've done Gombe, Hong, Mubi, North Mubi South, Maiha, Mitika, and Madagali. So we are starting distribution today in Gombe and hoping to spread to the other places as soon as possible.
The plan is to go to these people household by household and give them their food requirements for a period of 1 month, after which it lapses. We come subsequently for another ration. This is precisely what we are doing.
Beneficiaries are grateful.
We have been going to people's farm to farm for them to get something to eat. But now that you brought this thing to us, we are very happy.
I was happy to be part of them because I even attended as a volunteer to them when they were distributing the cards. So I was happy that NEMA have remembered we that are IDP here in Gombe.
206 trucks of food items will be distributed amongst Gombe, Hong, and 5 other local government areas of Adamawa State.
First ladies of the 4 Lake Chad Basin countries, Nigeria, Chad, Niger and Cameroon, in collaboration with the United Nations Population Fund, have unveiled a joint humanitarian project to support refugee women and girls in the region. The chair of the event, Nigeria's First Lady, Aisha Buhari, represented by the wife of the Senate President, Toyin Saraki, has asked for a political and humanitarian solution to end the crisis. Our correspondent, Adeshewa Josh, is in New York and reports that figures show that about $1.5 billion is needed in 2017 to support 11 million women and children.
First ladies of the 4 Lake Chad Basin countries met in Manhattan on the sidelines of the 72nd UN General Assembly to mobilize resources and discuss an issue that concerns them all. Nigeria's First Lady, Aisha Buhari, was represented by the wife of the Senate President, Toyin Saraki, who delivered the First Lady's speech. She spoke of Nigeria's collaborative efforts to restore peace and prosperity to the region.
The issue goes beyond aid. The issue required all the countries affected by the region to come together and develop a strategy, not just to help the internally displaced persons, but to begin to plan a way forward out of this problem to actually rebuild the lives of the people in that region. So I would say that Nigeria is leading the effort to really rehabilitate and restore the Lake Chad Basin to its former prosperity, which includes restoring peace. And we have very, very high hopes for this concerted effort.
The United Nations has linked the root causes of the crisis to the receding lake as a result of climate change. Millions have lost their means of livelihood, leading to a crisis that fed into the antics of Boko Haram insurgents.
In the past, in Niger, in the Lake Chad, there is a lot of culture of paper. But now, and there is a lot of fish, and now there is no fish in Lake Chad, there is no paper, so young boys are very, have no activity. So when Boko Haram came and say, hey, take $100 and put a bomb there, they accept. So we have to make the children going to school have some work.
These First Ladies seek to close a humanitarian funding gap of $1.5 billion before the end of the year 2017. The intervention will focus on education, nutrition, health, and empowerment. From the United Nations headquarters in New York, Adeshewa Josh, Channels Television News.
To education now, some government-owned universities are yet to begin normal activities days after the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, suspended its industrial action. Channels Television visited some institutions to look at the situation.
With announcements of the suspension of the 5-week-old strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, members of the union in Ekiti State meet to deliberate on issues that will aid smooth resumption of academic activities. In Bayelsa State, academic activities are yet to resume at the Niger Delta University, and officials of the union were said to be in a closed-door meeting as it went Channels Television visited. However, residents in the area cannot wait to see students return to class.
I know that the strike really affects even some students that they have to round up this year, but because of the strike and the way that we get passenger. Now, if we normally load in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, our loading will be 15 minutes or 20 minutes.
Unlike her counterparts in other universities, the Delta State University chapter of ASU did not participate in the strike. The campus is, however, quiet and lecture halls empty because students are still on a break. The state commissioner attributes the feat to the commitment of the state government to meeting its obligations to the union.
ASU Delsu had seen that in partaking in the strike, a lot of the demands at the national level had been conceded, or rather have been met at the local level. So they were not against the strike action, but at that point also they did not find the merit in joining the strike.
Offices are still locked with only a few students on the campus of the Enugu School of Technology, ESUT. The chairman of the chapter of the union confirms the suspension of the strike at the school, but quickly adds that the state chapter may down tools if the government fails to address issues peculiar to the university.
Because ESUT has its own local issues, which has not yet been addressed, but we are obeying and respecting national directive to suspend the strike.
Similarly, at the Federal University in Owerri, compliance with the suspension order is on, according to the state chairman of the union, who, however, asked the federal government not to breach the terms of agreement arrived at with the union.
After Congress, our members can be seen freely going about their normal academic activities in the school. So we have fully resumed.
In the coming days, activities are expected to gather momentum, with the examinations just around the corner. It would appear counterproductive if parties to the agreement fail to abide by the terms binding them.
And we head to River State, where Governor Nyesom Wike is currently leading delegates of the 13th National Guild of Editors Conference holding in Port Harcourt on a tour of various project sites. The president of the guild, Funke Egbemode, who is leading the team, is in the company of other senior editors across the country. Governor Wike is optimistic that the progress of work at various sites will meet the timeline set for the final delivery of the projects.
When you embark on a project and you see the reaction from the people, it makes you feel, oh, people are happy with this project. Take, for example, when we went to Sapinwa Bori Road, you see that people came out showing how happy they are because every politician has used that Bori Road to canvass for votes. Since River State was created, nobody that comes to campaign without mentioning that he or she will dualize Sapinwa Bori Road. So nobody has been able to do it until this our time, and you can see the reactions from the people. One is definitely very happy because of the people have suffered over years, having not been linked up to the city. And by the time we complete that road with the street light, obviously we will be within the city. Again, we went to the Creek Road. You and I know, those of us who have been in Port Harcourt know that it's been an eyesore. Market people have been unhappy while government will abandon them. But today, when we go there, you can see how they came out. Some of them are falling on the floor. They are happy. So that makes us happy. When the people are happy, we are happy.
Governor of River State, Nyesom Wike. When the news at 10 returns, analysts expect Nigeria's Central Bank Monetary Policy Committee to leave key interest rates unchanged as two-day meeting begins on Monday. Join us again.